Hey guys, it's Little Rocker Cutie 2005, also known as Andre, back again with you guys. Welcome to Late Night Frights. It is Wednesday, it is my day, and it is a battle this week. I hope you've checked out everybody else's videos. Yesterday I saw that Chris Brock did an original versus remake battle, which I happen to be doing myself, but where he did The Fog, I am going to be battling the original 76 Carrie versus the 2013 one. So, original Carrie was Sissy Spacek, all-time classic, one of my favorites. I grew up with it. Basically, it's about a high school girl who's bullied by everybody in school, and she gets invited to the prom where, they play the ultimate prank on her and dump a bucket of blood, the whole revenge thing. She takes everybody out, blah, 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 blah. Mother tries to kill her at the end. I think everybody knows the story, but the remake pretty much follows the same story almost to a T, but it's a little bit more faithful to the book, and basically like I said, it's basically the same story, but you have some things added in, like social media aspects and stuff like that to make the bullying angle seem a little bit worse, because when they humiliate her in the shower and throw tampons and everything at her, the lead bully, Chris, who's played by Nancy Allen perfectly in the original, actually films it on her smartphone and posts it to YouTube. So that's where the whole social media aspect comes in. You don't see Facebook or anything like that, it's just YouTube, but that's pretty much the angle they added. It's a little more faithful to the book in my opinion, but we're just going to get right into it. And so the story, I have to say, the story hands down goes to the original, because it's not just nostalgia for me, it's not just being a favorite, it's just the fact that it's a quicker pace, you get right down to the meat and potatoes of it, the whole thing. So, round one has to go to the story. Round two, I gotta go with casting. With the original, you've got Sissy Spacek as Carrie, you've got Piper Laurie as her mother, you've got Nancy Allen as Chris, John Travolta as Billy, you got PJ Souls in here in her first role as Norma. You might recognize her in the always wearing the red baseball cap, and in the opening scene she whacks Sissy Spacek in the head with it. So, you got a really good cast. Betty Buckley as the gym teacher, Miss Collins, Amy Irving as Sue Snell. Just a lot of really good people in here who would go on to have long careers. With the remake, the only really well-known ones, of course, are Chloe Grace Moretz as Carrie, Julianne Moore as her mother, and Judy Greer, who some people might know from the movie Jawbreaker as the gym teacher. But outside of that, I don't know too many of the other people. I know that the guy who plays, I think the guy who plays Tommy is in the movie Chronicle, which I haven't had a chance to check out yet, but my Blu-ray player's on the fritz, so can't really watch anything at the moment. But with casting, I have to give it to the original again, because you got bigger stars out of it and everything. Not to mention, 2 Oscar nominations. I mean, Sissy Spacek and Piper Laurie were both nominated for Oscars. So, round 2, hands down, the original. And then, let's see, round 3 is going to be overall direction and how the story basically takes shape. With the original, it's directed by Brian De Palma, and I think that, screenplay was by Lawrence D. Cohen, who wrote a terrific script from the book, and basically, cut it down to basically a whole, just an hour and a half long movie of just, the whole simple plot, boom, 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 beat for beat. So, this is actually a really good adaptation, and probably one of the faithful ones. And, with the remake, it's a little more faithful to the book. It does go beat for beat, pretty much, and then you've got like a little bit more added in with the whole revenge aspect, because there's scenes where at the prom they put footage of the humiliation in the shower up on the screens at the prom, which basically sets her off even more. And with the remake, she doesn't kill everybody. She actually saves the gym teacher, which is in the book, and then she basically just takes out the ones who really picked on her. There's a set of twins, there's the one, the Norma character, who's named Tina in this one. She gets taken out, and then you get Billy and Chris try to take out Carrie, and she basically runs their car into a gas station, and that's basically how they die. But and then with the end of it, it's basically kind of the same thing. Mother tries to kill her, she ends up killing her mother. But with this one, where it's more faithful to the book, is that a rain of stones comes down on the house and basically just crushes it into the ground, which actually is in the book, because that's actually a scene that was set up. There's supposed to be this rain of stones in the book, like near the beginning. It's set up kind of, as to how powerful Carrie is, which actually it comes in at the end of this one. It was supposed to be in the original, but with everything they had, they couldn't do it. So for overall story and the way it was interpreted, gotta go with the original once again. So that's 3-0. Yeah, that's 3-0. So round 4, I'm gonna go with the revenge. With the original, it's basically, you get the blood dump. She just looks and slams the doors, and then basically just starts taking people out left or right. Fire hose. Norma gets it with the fire hose. It basically knocks her out, and then when her head tilts to the side, the water goes right in her ear. And this actually happened on set. So when you see the water go into PJ Soul's ear, you can see her wince a little bit if you look carefully, and that's actually a scene where her eardrum burst. So overall, you get a really cool revenge scene in the original, because even the gym teacher gets killed, because with the original, in Carrie's mind, everybody's laughing at her, so she just takes out everybody, which is kind of a cool way to go about it. And then, as she's walking home, Billy and Chris try to take her out. Well, she makes the car basically turn on its own and flip over 6 times and blow up. So the revenge aspect is really good in this one. And then, the mother tries to kill her. She basically crucifies her to the door. And you have the scene where the house is basically, sinking into the ground instead of the rain of stones like in the book or in either of the remakes. With this one, the revenge, you get, they dump the blood, of course, and that's when they put the footage of her being humiliated in the shower up. And so that basically sets her off, along with Tommy dying, because he was the only person who was nice to her. And so she basically, with this one, she just basically takes out the people who picked on her, the Tina character, the set of twins, Billy and Chris, of course, like I said, she basically, with this one, they basically charge at her with the car, and she has so much force that the car basically, crashes before hitting her, and Billy's head hits the steering wheel, breaks his nose, which, sends bone fragments into his brain and basically kills him. And then, Chris tries to charge at her and take her out, but Carrie's lifting up the back of the car, and so she sends it flying into these gas pumps, and you see Chris's face go through the windshield, and that's basically how she dies. And Carrie uses her power to basically, blow up the gas station and just poof. So for the revenge aspect, it's going to be a tie between them, because they both have good, revenge plots, pretty much. And then my last round is going to be the whole ending. With the original, you have, basically this, Carrie killing her mother, and the house, collapsing in on itself, and then you get a final scene where, Sue's having this dream, and she goes to put flowers on the site where Carrie's house once was, and a hand pops out and grabs her. Well, that was the ending. It pretty much, really shocked the audience, and it was a really good ending. With the remake, you basically have Sue in court, and she's testifying as to what happened on prom night. But before the house collapses in on itself and Carrie dies, you find out that Sue was pregnant, which is in the book. But with this one, the ending's a little more disappointing, because you have Sue going up, she puts a flower on Carrie's grave, and the gravestone cracks, and you hear Carrie scream, and that's pretty much, how the movie ends. But for the ending, I have to give it to the original again. So with 4-1, it is the original, hands down. I'd recommend giving the 2013 one a look, just to say you've seen it, and maybe if you like it, who knows. But there's also another remake from 2002. It was made for TV, which is also really decent and very faithful to the book, I might add. But, I'm going to end it here, because I don't know how long this will take to upload. But once again, I am Little Rocker Cutie 2005, also known as Andre, telling you to enjoy life. Enjoy some Skittles, enjoy some Starburst, keep it forever horror, guys. And the immortal words of my faithful partner Chris, Buffy's Eating Man on my channel, he always says, eat some chicken, and I'll catch you guys later.